Hi there, how are ya? It is around 11:20 East Coast time, and obviously earlier in the day. The further west you go, I appreciate you being here. My name is Sonia, and I work with Saint. It is a cream-based makeup, and we help women my age get comfortable with a transition to cream makeup. And one of the major benefits, as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that we will provide you with a complementary color match. That means that we take a look at your skin tone. You tell us what you're looking to achieve, a lot of coverage, a little bit of coverage. And yeah, that's how you get started. And I have been using this product for a little bit over 2 years now. I came to it during COVID because I had to transition to being on camera, and I did not like what I was seeing. But I also didn't love what I was seeing if I was not on camera. So it was really just time for me to make a change. I generally begin my application with color corrector. I no longer go super heavy under my eyes with concealer. I have too many wrinkles. Good morning, thanks for joining. So I was looking for a product that would not settle. Hi there, good morning. I was looking for a product that would not settle so much into my fine lines or enhance the fine lines. So I use a super fluffy brush, and I basically just swipe the product really gently. That's the first step. I let the color corrector sit for a little bit, and then once I apply the rest of my makeup, I come back and see if I need to make any changes or adapt in any way. This cream-based makeup kind of marries with your skin, so it gives you more of that flawless look that we're all trying to achieve in a very simple way. So I thought I was going to work off this palette that I had ready here, but I need to switch. So in a sense, you're starting with 5 or 6 products. And again, these products are customized to your skin tones to make sure that we bring out the best in you, right? And that sometimes requires a conversation. You tell me what you would love to showcase, and you tell me what you would like to minimize. I think we all have areas on our skin where we're like, yeah, I wish that would look different. I wish that would feel different. So, makeup is great in that sense. It helps us create an illusion. It provides also some coverage if we need some coverage, but I feel like the trend is more to stay natural, enhance what you have, and take joy. So what you see me doing, I was looking for my cheekbone, and I applied my contour under my cheekbone because I'm looking for the contour to give me a lift. And you can see that even before I have blended it out, it's already giving my face some shape. I'm going to let the contour sit here for a little bit to have it warmed up by my skin while I move on to my forehead and continue with the application of the contour around the perimeter to again give me some shape. The benefit of this makeup is that you don't layer, right? So you put the products side by side. That's why it's also referred to as a 3D product. And as you've just seen me lift my bangs, if you've been here for a while, you know that I'm trying to let my hair color grow out. I can tell you that it's been a challenge already. It's only been since December 5th when I colored my hair the last time. So this is where it's going to get dicey for me because all I really want to do is, color my hair. But if I do that, I'm never going to end up where I really want to be. So you see me using my detail brush to give me some shape and shadows under my skin, and I'm just placing and lightly blending because I'm still looking for my face to warm up the product. The next product I'm going to apply is my bronzer. I love bronzer. I know that's not for everybody, but bronzer is something that's very near and dear to my heart. My face responds well to it, or my skin responds well to it. It gives me that glow. And in this instance, I am just tapping into the tin with the product, and I'm placing it on my cheek. Now, my phone's telling me to swipe, so I'm just going to do a little swipe here. I'm still somewhat new to life, so I'm not quite sure why I was swiping, but it said swipe right, so that is what I did. And now that I have placed the bronzer with the contour, you can wait until later to blend, but I kind of like to blend as I go along. It's just personal preference. There's really no right or wrong. I use a setting spray, and just one pump of it gives me the desired consistency on my brush. And what I'm really doing right now is I'm stippling. So if you've been around for a while, decades ago, stenciling was really in. So this, your hand movement kind of mirrors applying a stencil. So I'm blending the lines between the contour and the bronzer and moving the contour color upward. And you can see how this is starting to shape my face. So with the bronzer, I can come in a little bit more into my face, but with my contour, I try to stay behind the middle of my eye. Now I'm replicating on my forehead what I did on my cheeks, and that's marrying the two colors. And again, hi Lily, thanks for joining. It's all about the product placement, so you don't get that cakey look. The products are placed next to each other, and I'm just blending down using the fluffy end of the brush down to my neck. So what I'm trying to avoid is that when I'm done, I don't feel like I have a face full of makeup sitting on top of my neck. So this is an ever so slight movement, very, very little color. In general, using cream makeup, you use so much less color than you do by using traditional product. So my next step is to apply foundation, right? So we don't really have quote unquote foundation the way you would be used to having it in a traditional makeup world. So we use highlights, and you have a darker highlight and a lighter highlight. And the lighter highlight, which I'm going to place at the end of my contour brush, comes down the center of your face to create some dimension. Now, depending on what this area between your eyebrows looks like, you can bring the highlight all the way down. I am careful doing that because I have some frown lines, so I'm trying not to emphasize those. So I work around that area and just let the rest be. Okay, so that highlight has been placed. Now I need to put some color on, right? So I've done contour, I've done blush, I've highlighted the middle of my face, but I've really not placed any foundation coverage, whatever you want to call it. So now I'm taking color that was customized to me, and you can see how it's flawlessly blending with my natural skin. And that's really the goal of it, right? You don't want to go too light, because if you go too light, you end up emphasizing your pores. And most of us are not interested in doing that. So I have now placed the product where I want it to be. And I'm looking at my under eyes right now. And I think what I want to do is I am going to place a little bit of color. Let's see what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a color named Mango, and I found it. It looks like this. I am putting it over just ever so slightly. I wish I could show you how little product this is. Like, you don't even see it on your brush. And it gives me the under eye coverage without a lot of products. Again, I'm trying to stay away from the products that would make my lines so more obvious, right? So in a sense, I've now covered my face with the product, but ever so slightly. And now I am blending out the last products that I have placed. And when I'm finished doing that, I will apply some setting powder. Now I'm applying the setting powder before I apply my blush, because I love blush. And I do not want the setting powder to take away from the glowiness of the blush. So, but if you like your blush a little bit more subtle than I do, then put it on before you put on your setting powder. Also, depending on how dry your skin might be, you may not need any setting powder. And I'm just using just one of these little fans that you can get at the dollar store. Just make sure that my setting spray has set. I guess that's the word I'm looking for, hence the word setting spray. So I now use a loose setting powder, and I use very little of it. I like these triangle puffs that, this one needs to be put in the wash, that you buy on Amazon in bulk. I mean, they're really readily, easily found on Amazon, but if you want a link, you can reach out to me, and I'll send one over to you. And now I'm just taking a very little bit of product, and I want to keep the glow I have along my Cupid's bow. So I am not putting a lot of powder there. And I'm working around my under eye. Hi Kels, thanks for joining. So I'm just looking in the camera to see where I have the shiny spots. This stuff is like magic. Now, as I'm looking at my face, I realized, I was busy talking to all of you, that I omitted to put contour on my nose. So I'm just going to come in and place some contour on my nose. I do that with the detail brush. You can also use, like, you could take your finger, step it into product, and then come down like that. A lot of this is truly just personal preference. And now I'm blending the contour downward along the side of my nose, maintaining the highlight that I had placed. Just going back a little bit more with some highlight. Yeah. Okay. Now, blush, 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 blush. So, I like to use the end of the bronzer brush for my blush, and I am bringing it on top of my cheekbones. What do we think? This is a pretty easy application, you must admit. There's not much magic The magic really is that the colors are picked for you. And I would pick your colors, make sure they match your skin tone. So I've placed, I think, I should give you the color on this if you like it. Just pop the tin out. This is Hollywood. My friends love Hollywood. So I just also placed it on my lips. So these are lip and cheek tints, and you can now finish this by maybe putting more powder if you feel like you've missed some areas, or do a little bit more setting spray. And when I do that, this will truly last me all day. So before you go, for whoever's still here, I'm going to just zoom you in a little bit closer to show you the application of the product. And so my skin is mature. I am 61 years old. I do prep with hyaluronic acid, but this product really, really loves mature skin. If you're looking for a complimentary color match, do text me at the number that I'm going to place here. Have a great weekend.